Hey friends, we are on day 17 of the mandatory home confinement here in Alcora, which basically means only being able to go out for the essentials, to the grocery store, if you have to go to the hospital for something or go to the pharmacy for medicine, not even going out for a walk to get some fresh air or anything like that. Um, and so far, physically, we're doing just fine here. Though emotionally it is getting to be a pretty long time to be confined to our homes. The girls are really doing well with all this in spite of the situation and in spite of being confined to home. They're really being champs about it. They're getting their schoolwork from their teachers via email, and then generally Rachel is helping them along with their assignments, and I've become their PE teacher, so we're trying to stay in shape as best as we can, even though we can't go out for a run or a walk like we normally would like to do. Even so, emotionally, they've said that they've really begun to miss going to school, being with their friends, and even just the freedom to be able to go out to the park or go out for a walk together as a family. Here in Alcora, there are very, very few cases. Maybe 3 was the last that I heard. In the province of Castellón, there are a few more, maybe a few hundred cases here in the province. But really, Madrid has been the hardest hit area. Madrid is where Rachel's parents live. They live in a town in the province of Madrid. The city of Madrid has really struggled through all of this. They have healthcare workers working around the clock. The hospitals are above maximum capacity. They've even had to convert an ice rink into a temporary morgue, and so as you can imagine, it's pretty terrible there. As you pray, please pray for Madrid, for the healthcare workers. We know a couple of doctors who are working around the clock there. And we have several other friends who live in Madrid. Even so, in the midst of all of this, these unprecedented times, Jesus Church is not closed. Our church buildings are, but the church is not. And so we still have opportunities to share Jesus. We continue to meet together on Sunday mornings via Zoom with our church community and with the mother church community as well, all together. We're still able to call and encourage and pray for one another on the telephone. And we're even finding ways to share Jesus, not just on our Facebook page, but even with our neighbors as we can. Over this past weekend, I thought that the Lord wanted me just to lighten people's load a little bit, and at 8 p.m. every evening we go out and give an applause for the healthcare workers, the other people who have to work in the midst of all this and are really exposing themselves to a lot of risk because of it. And so we give that applause. Well, after that applause, I decided, well, maybe it'd be a good thing to sing a worship song, and so I have a little sound system, and each evening during this weekend I sang a worship song just to guide people's attention to Jesus, to someone much bigger than themselves that can give them really what they're looking for. We didn't know how it would be received, but Sunday evening, the third evening that I did it, there was actually there was a group of neighbors that were asking for an encore, so I gave it to them. I gave them an extra song. And so please pray that in the midst of all of this, Jesus would use us to share his hope, his love, his life in the midst of these trying and for many people in many ways these frightening times. So as always, friends, thank you for continuing to pray with us and to pray for us, and please know that we're praying for you too.